Kale joins the ranks of the Dirty Dozen pesticide list. Kale, that popular green of the health-conscious, has joined the ignoble of 12 fruits and vegetables with the most pesticide residues, according to the Environmental Working Group. The last time since 2004, the group, a non-profit, non-partisan environmental organization, has annually ranked pesticide contamination in popular fruits and vegetables for its, noting those with the highest and lowest concentration of pesticides after being washed or peeled. Include an array of the dirty. Analysis of recent data showed that 70% of this produce sold for consumption contained pesticide residues. While pesticides are used to protect growing fruits and vegetables, they can also endanger humans, for human consumption. Fear shouldn't be a part of the decision whether to buy foods on the pesticide list, said Teresa Thorne, Executive Director of the Alliance for Food and Farming, a non-profit that represents organic and conventional farmers of fruits and vegetables. Thorne noted a past study in that was critical of UWG's Dirty Dozen list, and found that eating organic produce didn't decrease consumer risk. That's research on the effects of pesticides on humans is ongoing, and there is not a complete understanding of whether there is a particular amount of pesticides considered to be safe. He acknowledges that, in order of pesticide concentration, 2019's Dirty Dozen list is strawberries, spinach, kale, nectarines, apples, grapes, peaches, cherries, pears, tomatoes, celery, and potatoes. Among these, despite the high pesticide residues of spinach and kale, strawberries have maintained their place at the top of the Dirty Dozen list. Strawberries is known for being a source of vitamins and other nutrients, but the vegetable could also be tainted by cancer-causing pesticides. The report's produce that are among the top of the list for reducing the exposure of consumers to pesticides include avocados, sweet corn, pineapples, frozen sweet peas and onions. In contrast to the recommendations from the Environmental Working Group are to buy and eat organic produce, especially fruits and vegetables found on the Dirty Dozen list. However, if they
raindrop, drop top, smoking, no cooking the hot pot. Fucking on your bitch, yeah, that. Looking up, open the park pot.